Before Vivekananda was born, his mother, like many other pious Hindu mothers, had observed religious vows, fasted, and prayed so that she might be blessed with a son who would do honor to the family. She requested a relative who was living in the Varanasi to offer a special worship to Vireswara Shiva of the holy place to offer special worship to the Vireswara Shiva to that holy place and seek his blessings. For Shiva, the great god of renunciation, dominated her thought. One night she dreamed that this supreme deity aroused himself from his meditation and agreed to be born as her son. When she woke, she filled with joy. The mother, Bhuvaneswari Devi, accepted the child as a boon from Vireswara Shiva and named himself Vireswara. The family, however, gave him the name of Narendranath Datta, calling him for short Narendra or more endearingly Naren. The Datta family of Calcutta, into which Narendranath had been born, was well known for its affluence, philanthropy, scholarship, and independent spirit. The grandfather Durgacharan, after the birth of his first son, had renounced the world in the search of God. The father, Vishwanath Datta, the father, Vishwanath, an attorney at law of High Court of Calcutta, was versed in English and Persian literature and often entertained himself and his friends by reciting from Bible and the poetry of Hafiz, both of which he believed contained truths unmatched by human thinking elsewhere. He was particularly attracted to Islamic culture with which he was familiar because of his close contact with the educated Muslims of northwestern India. Moreover, he derived his large income from his law practice and, unlike his father, thoroughly enjoyed a worldly life. An expert in cookery, he prepared rare dishes and liked to share them with his friends. Travel was another of his hobbies. Though agnostic in religions and mocker of social conversations, he possessed a large heart. Often he possessed a large heart and often went out to his way to support idle relatives, some of whom were given to drunkenness. To support ideal relatives, some of whom were given to drunkenness. Once, when Narendra protested against his lack of judgment, his father said, "How can you understand the great misery of human life? When you realize the depth of man's suffering, you will sympathize with these unfortunate creatures who try to forget their sorrows, even though only for a short while, in the oblivion created by intoxicant." Naren's father, however, kept a sharp eye on his children and would not tolerate a slightest deviation from good manners. Bhuvaneswari Devi, the mother, was cast in different mold, regal in appearance and gracious in conduct. She belongs to the old tradition of Hindu womanhood. As mistress of large household, she devoted her spare time to sewing and singing. Being particular fond of great Indian epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, large portion of which she had memorized. She became the special refuge of the poor. She became the special refuge of the poor and commanded a universal respect because of her calm resignation to God, her inner tranquility, and her dignified detachment in the midst of her many aroused duties. Dignified detachment in midst of her many arduous duties. Two sons were born to her beside Narendranath, and four daughters, two of whom died at early age. Two sons were born to her beside Narendranath, and four daughters, two of whom died at the early age.